All right, guys, I'm back with another video for the Houston Open as the PGA Tour returns to the States. This video is going to include a Mayakoba recap, a course breakdown, preview of the field, break down some players that I like, and obviously my early picks. Just a reminder, if you guys like the content that I'm putting out, like the channel, remember to like and subscribe so you guys can stay in the loop and keep watching our videos and keep making some money. So just a reminder, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We'll put out some last minute plays there. And as you can see right here, our NFL bets are doing great. Just had a week 9 sweep, up 5 units, up a lot on the season. Our Bears Texans teaser hit. So definitely like and subscribe if you want to see some more of our NFL videos. We post about 2 a week, previewing games, giving you guys picks that we like. And as always, just a reminder, our promo with Prize Picks, they're running a promo right now where they'll match your first deposit up to $100 if you use our code PROPICKS. I really like Prize Picks, one of the best daily fantasy apps out on the market right now. One thing I really like it for is college basketball. Using player props, can't really get those on other books. So using their projections on players to make entries. And it's like the built-in promo that we've always talked about, the flex play and the power play. Flex play is the built-in promo where if all of your legs don't hit, you still get your money back. And you can always use the power play. Sometimes I feel I'm really confident in my picks. I'll make a 2 or 3 entry power play, which pays out either 3 times or 5 times respectively. So you guys got to get on this action. Use the free money they're going to give you with your deposit. And remember, use our code PROPICKS. All right, so let's get into it. A recap of the Mayakoba. Had a pretty good week for myself. Victor Hovland ended up taking it all. 4 picks I took: Justin Thomas, Aaron Wise, Taylor Gooch, Nate Lashley. Nate Lashley was more of a feel pick at plus 500, hit top 30. Obviously not great odds. It was one of those you bet with a little bit of your heart. Nate Lashley has won me a lot of money as of recent. He's tweeted us saying he loves our picks. I had to take him. Unfortunately, didn't make the cut. Kind of on a little bit of a downfall after he had that hot start where I was consistently getting him to finish top 20, top 30 at plus 500 or better. But Justin Thomas looks to be back to his good form. I was on him last tournament he played in as a top 20 was my lock of the week. That one hit. This one hit this week. Aaron Wise is playing really good golf. Taylor Gooch has been playing really good golf too, which I'll talk about later. And he was my lock of the week to finish top 30. And so my locks are now 7-1. Unit tracker is up to 7.33 units. Feeling really good about my refined process of making picks, and hope you guys can follow along, keep making some money. So let's get into the Houston Open. The course is the Memorial Park Golf Course. It's the second year that they're playing it at this course. Previously, it was at a different course in Houston. This is a behemoth of a course, though. Par 70, we're playing 7,400 yards. The PGA Tour has definitely played par 72s that are 7,400 yards. So really long, really, really long. And so they have those long par 4s and tricky greens as a defense. I think there are 8 par 4s that are played 450 yards or more, which is crazy. And then they have tricky greens. So I don't know if you guys can tell from this picture, but there's a lot of undulation on those greens. And then right off the edge of the greens, there's a lot of steep drop-offs. And they're going to have a lot of tight lies, pitches from right off the green. So that's something I'm going to take into account. And then, as always, let you guys know what type of greens they are. Bermuda grass greens, something I looked at to see who putts really well on Bermuda greens. Past winners: Carlos Ortiz, Lanto Griffin, and Ian Poulter. Carlos Ortiz is the most recent and the only relevant one, really, because that was the only time it was played at the Memorial Golf Course. It was Carlos Ortiz finishing at 13 under, so you can tell this isn't going to be an insane scoring fest. Like the last week, I think Victor went 23 under to win. So 13 under was the winning score there. I'm pretty sure it went him, Matsuyama, DJ, and then Gooch were all the top four. So here's something I want to add to my videos, let you guys get a look at the field. So Sam Burns is the favorite. Matt Wolf up there at 25-1. That's a little because he's played pretty well at Mayakoba, kind of fell off on Sunday. Gooch there because how well he's been playing. This is like the only time you'll get Brooks 30-1. That's pretty crazy. He's just been playing so bad. Might be a play to sprinkle on Brooks. It's a long course. He's a long hitter. But his recent form, and you guys know I weight recent form pretty heavily. So it's something I try to stay away from, but 30-1 for Brooks is something you don't see all that often. And then Aaron Wise won money off him last week, 33-1. You can see him playing really well here. And then something to keep out on are the Australians, Cam Smith, Mark Leishman. Just a coincidence that they're both Australian, but I do like them both this week, 25-1 and 35-1 respectively. So let's keep moving. And so after I did my course analysis, here's how I ranked what wins. So strokes gained, ball striking. You're going to have to be long off the tee, good on approach with those long irons. So the best ball strikers are going to win here. I mean, that's why Sam Burns is a favorite, one of the best ball strikers on tour this season. Putting, I told you those tricky greens, going to need someone that's a good putter. And then driving distance with this long course, you don't have to be too accurate. This rough isn't going to penalize you that much. So that's why I'm taking driving distance over strokes gained off the tee. And then approach shots, specifically those 190 yards out plus approach shots. So those long irons, approach shots are something that I looked at because you're going to have those long approach shots in. And then around the green, like I mentioned earlier, with those steep drop-offs off the green, who's going to have the nice hands around the green, get pins in close. I mean, get balls close to the pin and save par. So those are my top five, and that's what I use for my analysis. So let's move into the 4 for 4, the best segment on YouTube. And so my first is Taylor Gooch. Like I said, he's been playing real good, coming off a tied 11th, T5, T4 this season. So really liking his recent form. Something else that's to take note is that he finished fourth here last year at this same tournament, same course. So hopefully he can keep that good history, short history going, and make some noise at this tournament, because I will definitely be putting some money on him. Next, Aaron Wise. Loving his recent form as well. Tied 5th, tied 8th, tied 15 this year. I'm taking it almost more over his course fit. Recent form, I want to weight it a lot more at this point in the year, where the fields aren't as strong, and not everyone's playing back-to-back tournaments. I mean, if you guys were watching, following along for my picks at the end of the last season, I was doing a lot on, I was weighting course fit almost as equally as recent form, because everyone knows how well everyone's playing. Sometimes a certain course plays better to certain people. One thing about Aaron Wise is last season his putter sucked, which is awful. I think he was 170th in strokes gained putting, and then he started using this long putter at the end of last season, and it started to help him a lot. I think the 3 events he had cut his ranking in half, so now he was like 80th in strokes gained putting. He sunk a lot of long birdie putts last week, and I'm looking for him to continue it and go real low here at the Houston Open. Next, Cam Smith, mentioned him earlier. So my problem with Cam Smith is that he hasn't played a lot of tournaments, but look at how he's finished in the last 4 tournaments. So this was last season, tied 5th, 2nd, tied 34th, okay, tied 14th. And then this season, he is one tournament that he's played in, he's tied 9th at the CJ Cup. The reason I really like Cam Smith, but I'm a little hesitant just because of recent form, his putting and around the green. He has great hands around the green, really good at the putter. I mean, if his putter gets hot, I'm expecting him to go really low, make a lot of noise here. and I've noticed that he can keep up with those longer courses, those big events. I mean, those are the FedEx playoffs right there, the last three that you see, the Northern Trust second, Tour Championship 14th. So feeling really good about him. But obviously just a little hesitant when it comes to his recent form. All right, lastly, this video won't be a preview if I didn't talk about the favorite. So Sam Burns coming off the win at the Sanderson Farms Championship about a month and a half ago, I want to say. CJ Cup recently tied 5th, Shriners tied 14th. So that's all this season. And so he is really, really good off the tee, can bound the ball. I mean, at the Sanderson Farms, he was hitting consistently 330-yard drives straight down the center. It was unreal. And his approach is so good. Like his putting is what scares me. He's about average, even on putting, minus 0.1, not that big of a deal. But his approach to the green and strokes gained off the tee are crazy. So 1.276 strokes gained approach to the green, 3rd on tour this year. And so I expect him to do really well if you're going to hit an approach shot to 5 feet, your percentage of making the putt goes up a lot. So putting, a little hesitant, but not as hesitant with his really strong approach to the green. All right, so that concludes the 4-4. Let's move into my early picks. Someone I didn't mention is Russ Henley. He started off really strong last week and then kind of fell off. So I didn't want to take him to any finishing positions or anything. And I expect him to do that again this week with, I like his course fit here. He's won this tournament in the past. Obviously it wasn't at this course, but I like his fit. Going to take him to the round 1 leader. And you guys have heard me say it before, I love the round 1 leader bet. Juiced odds, just sprinkle a little bit of money. And I've definitely won it before, and it feels great to win an insane odds bet. So moving on, top 5, Taylor Gooch. I personally think this is Taylor Gooch's first dub on the PGA Tour. I think that'll be this week. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on him to win personally, but I will take him top 5 at plus 600. And Sam Burns top 5 as well. It's kind of one of those things where it's like the odds really suck because he's the favorite, but you're going to feel like an idiot if you don't take him because he is that good of a favorite. Moving on, top 20, my lock of the week, Taylor Gooch plus 150. Loving this pick. Like I said, I personally think he's going to win. So plus money at top 20 feels great. Remember, lock the one, 7 and 1. And so that's something if you're not going to take any of these bets, please take that one. 7 and 1, looking to move to 8 and 1 after this week. And then moving on, Aaron Wise plus 160 to finish top 20. Won money on him last week, finishing top 20. Recent form's great. Hopefully he keeps it up. He's less of a streaky golfer as someone as like Tyrrell Hatton, where it's like he's either going to finish second or not even make the cut. Aaron Wise has been a consistent player. So looking forward to him keeping that consistency, ride the wave of Aaron Wise right now. And then lastly, Sungjae Im, someone I didn't mention the 4-4, but he's such an elite ball striker. His recent form's looking really good. He's coming off a win already this season on the PGA Tour. So at plus 120, I really like that. And I'm going to put a unit on that. So this week, risking 3.5 units, really liking these picks. And if you guys like this content, just remember to like and subscribe, leave some comments. Let me know if you guys are liking these videos, if you guys want to see some more stuff, or if you're tailing me, or even if you're fading me, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see. And let's make some money this weekend.